Melissa Gilbert, beloved star of Little House on the Prairie, has spent decades in the public eye, but some stories are too personal to share. Until now. At 61, Melissa is finally opening up about her complicated and often turbulent relationship with the legendary actress Patty Duke. What fans thought they knew about their bond barely scratches the surface, and the revelations are as shocking as they are heartbreaking. For years, Patty Duke was seen as a mentor, a mother figure, and a guiding light in Melissa's life. Behind the cameras, however, their relationship was layered with tension, misunderstandings, and moments of profound pain. Melissa's candid account promises to reveal the truth behind decades of rumors, speculation, and media portrayals, the stories that were kept hidden from the public eye until now. Melissa's journey hasn't been easy. From her early days on Little House on the Prairie to her later struggles in Hollywood and personal life, she has faced challenges few could imagine. Her relationship with Patty Duke was a central thread in that story, a bond that shaped her as an actress and as a woman. But it was also a source of heartache, confusion, and emotional complexity that Melissa kept private for decades. Now, with courage and honesty, Melissa is finally telling her side. In revealing her experiences, she sheds light not just on her own journey, but on the pressures, secrets, and realities of growing up in Hollywood. The truth she shares promises to surprise fans, challenge perceptions, and offer a deeply human perspective on love, loyalty, and forgiveness in the shadow of fame. Melissa Gilbert's story is one of courage, heartbreak, and resilience, a tale that reminds us that even those we idolize can be flawed, and even those we love can hurt us. Melissa Gilbert's childhood was far from ordinary. Born in 1964 into a family already familiar with Hollywood's highs and lows, she was thrust into the world of cameras, scripts, and bright lights almost from birth. By the time she landed the role of Laura Ingalls on Little House on the Prairie, Melissa was not just an actress. She was a child navigating fame, expectations, and a complicated adult world while still trying to understand her own identity. The set of Little House on the Prairie was both a sanctuary and a pressure cooker. Melissa formed close bonds with her co-stars, yet the boundaries between work and family life were often blurred. It was during this time that Patty Duke entered her life in a significant way. To many, Patty Duke was an icon, an Academy Award-winning actress admired and respected across Hollywood. To Melissa, she represented both guidance and authority, a figure who could offer insight into a world Melissa had only begun to understand. But beneath the mentorship and camaraderie, their relationship was layered with complexity. Melissa has shared that in those formative years, she often felt caught between admiration and fear, love and frustration. Patty Duke, known for her brilliance and intensity, brought both inspiration and challenge into Melissa's life. She was a woman of strong opinions and firm actions, which sometimes left Melissa feeling small or misunderstood. "I looked up to her, but I was also terrified of disappointing her," Melissa once reflected. Melissa's relationship with Patty was not just professional, it was deeply personal. Patty became a maternal figure, guiding Melissa through Hollywood's unpredictable world, offering advice on auditions and even helping her navigate the difficult terrain of childhood fame. But mentorship, Melissa realized later, could also carry emotional weight. The lines between support and control often blurred, leaving lasting impressions that Melissa would grapple with for decades. Even as Melissa grew into adolescence, the tension remained. She admired Patty's strength, her talent, and her resilience. But she also felt the sting of harsh criticism, the pressure to perform, and the occasional unpredictability that came with being close to someone as dynamic as Patty. These experiences, while formative, were also confusing. Melissa loved Patty like family, yet she sometimes feared the very same person she admired. "It was complicated," Melissa later admitted. "I didn't understand then what I understand now, that even people you love deeply can have flaws." Outside the lens, Melissa had her own struggles. Balancing school, acting, and the social challenges of being a child in the public eye was exhausting. She faced emotional ups and downs, moments of loneliness, and the constant scrutiny that comes with fame. Patty Duke's presence in her life was both a comfort and a challenge. offering guidance but also introducing tension that left Melissa questioning her own worth and decisions. Despite the difficulties, Melissa credits Patty with shaping her into the woman she became. The lessons, both positive and painful, left an indelible mark. Melissa's resilience, empathy, and commitment to her craft were influenced by those early interactions, even if they were complicated. Through admiration, fear, guidance, and misunderstanding, Melissa learned the harsh realities of Hollywood, the complexity of human relationships, and the importance of self-awareness. By the time Melissa entered her teenage years, she had already experienced a lifetime of growth shaped by the spotlight, her family, and the enigmatic presence of Patty Duke. Those experiences would echo throughout her life, laying the foundation for her eventual candid reflections on their relationship. Reflections she would finally share at 61, revealing the truth behind the rumors, the admiration, and the heartache. Melissa Gilbert's relationship with Patty Duke was far from simple. While the public often saw the two as mentor and protege, the reality was far more layered, filled with affection, tension, and moments of both guidance and misunderstanding. Melissa has described their bond as a mixture of admiration and fear, love and frustration, a dynamic that would shape her understanding of relationships for decades. During the filming of Little House on the Prairie, Patty Duke became a significant presence in Melissa's life. She offered advice, shared her experiences as a child star, and tried to guide Melissa through Hollywood's often harsh environment. For a young actress navigating fame and adolescence simultaneously, Patty's guidance could be invaluable. Melissa often looked up to her, viewing her as both a role model and a maternal figure. Yet with guidance came control. Patty's intensity and perfectionism sometimes created tension between them. Melissa recalls moments when she felt criticized or misunderstood, unsure whether she was disappointing someone she deeply respected. "I loved her, but I often felt like I had to measure up to her expectations," Melissa admitted in interviews. Those early experiences left a lasting imprint, teaching Melissa the weight of accountability, but also the difficulty of navigating complex emotional dynamics with someone you admire. The bond between them was further complicated by the pressures of Hollywood itself. As child stars, Melissa and her peers were constantly observed, judged, and compared. Mistakes were magnified, and the emotional consequences were often left unaddressed. Patty, having endured her own struggles in the industry, was navigating her personal challenges alongside mentoring Melissa. It created a dynamic that was loving yet complicated, supportive yet demanding. Melissa had to learn early on that relationships, even those with people we hold dear, can be nuanced and sometimes painful. Outside the set, Melissa often sought solace in her family, her friends, and her personal passions. She loved acting, but she also craved a sense of normalcy, something that Patty, despite her guidance, could not always provide. There were moments of laughter, joy, and mutual respect, but there were also moments of distance, misunderstanding, and emotional strain. Through it all, Melissa learned lessons about patience, empathy, and the importance of self-preservation. Despite the challenges, Melissa never lost her admiration for Patty Duke. She recognizes the positive impact Patty had on her career, her discipline as an actress, and her understanding of Hollywood's intricacies. The mentorship, though sometimes difficult, taught Melissa resilience, professionalism, and the value of navigating complex relationships with honesty. She has said, "I may have had my struggles with Patty, but I also have so much gratitude for what she taught me. Those lessons stayed with me my entire life." Melissa's decision to finally share the truth about her relationship with Patty came from a place of reflection and acceptance. She understands now that revealing both the positive and challenging aspects of their bond does not diminish the love or respect she had for Patty. Instead, it offers a more authentic perspective, showing fans the realities behind a relationship that was both formative and complicated. Through these candid reflections, Melissa Gilbert reminds us that even relationships built on admiration and affection can be complex. Love does not erase flaws, and mentorship does not come without challenges. But the lessons learned, the growth achieved, and the bonds formed, even imperfect ones, can leave a lasting legacy. As Melissa Gilbert matured, She began to understand the emotional complexities of her relationship with Patty Duke more fully. What had once seemed confusing or unfair in her youth now made sense in the broader context of life and experience. She realized that Patty's intensity, her highs and lows, and her sometimes demanding nature were not acts of malice, but reflections of a woman who had endured her own struggles with fame, mental health, and the pressures of Hollywood. Melissa has openly described moments of heartbreak and emotional strain. There were times when she felt abandoned, criticized, or misunderstood, leaving her questioning her own worth and judgment. At the same time, Patty provided guidance, support, and mentorship that few could offer. And Melissa has acknowledged the profound impact those lessons had on her development, both as an actress and as a person. It was complicated love, Melissa said. Love that taught you, pushed you, and sometimes hurt you, but ultimately shaped who you became. The complexity of their bond was magnified by the unique pressures of being in the public eye. Every decision Melissa made, from auditions to personal relationships, was scrutinized. Patty, aware of the scrutiny herself, tried to prepare Melissa for a world that could be both rewarding and cruel. Yet, even well-intentioned guidance can feel overwhelming, especially for a young girl navigating adolescence and career pressures simultaneously. Melissa's reflections highlight the delicate balance between mentorship and personal autonomy, a lesson she carries to this day. Melissa also learned the value of forgiveness. Over time, she recognized that Patty Duke's actions, however hurtful at times, came from her own experiences and challenges. Rather than harbor resentment, Melissa has chosen to focus on gratitude for the guidance and support she did receive. She acknowledges that those early emotional struggles helped her develop empathy, resilience, and a stronger sense of self. These lessons, she says, have influenced her approach to personal relationships, parenting, and professional endeavors throughout her life. Beyond the emotional challenges, Melissa reflects on the joy and inspiration Patty brought into her life. Their shared experiences on set, the moments of laughter, and the lessons learned through trial and error all contributed to a bond that was, at its core, meaningful and transformative. Melissa credits Patty with helping her understand the demands of the industry, the importance of professionalism, and the value of trusting one's instincts, even when facing criticism or doubt. Melissa's decision to speak publicly about these experiences at 61 was driven by a desire for honesty and closure. She hopes that by sharing both the struggles and the triumphs of their relationship, others, especially young people navigating mentorships or intense personal bonds, can learn from her journey. Life isn't perfect, she said. Relationships aren't perfect. But there's growth in every challenge, and there's love in every lesson. In the end, Melissa Gilbert's reflections reveal a profound truth. Love, mentorship, and admiration are rarely simple. They are messy, emotional, and sometimes painful, but they are also transformative. Through her experiences with Patty Duke, Melissa learned resilience, self-awareness, and the importance of balancing admiration with personal boundaries. Her story is a testament to the power of honesty, reflection, and the enduring impact of relationships that shape us, for better or worse. As Melissa Gilbert entered her later years, she reached a point of reflection and acceptance regarding her relationship with Patty Duke. By the time she publicly shared the truth at 61, Melissa had spent decades processing the complexities of their bond, the admiration, the tension, and the lessons that shaped her both personally and professionally. This chapter of her life is not about resentment, but about understanding, gratitude, and honoring the role Patty played in her journey. Melissa has often described the process of acceptance as both challenging and liberating. Coming to terms with the difficulties of her relationship required revisiting moments that were once painful. The criticism that stung, the misunderstandings that left her feeling small, and the pressure of navigating a mentorship that sometimes felt overwhelming. Yet with time, she recognized that these experiences also provided invaluable lessons. They taught her resilience, patience, and the importance of defining her own identity despite external expectations. Tributes from Melissa's circle of friends and colleagues highlight the depth of her personal growth. Many note that her ability to acknowledge both the positive and negative aspects of her bond with Patty demonstrates maturity and courage. By speaking openly, she not only honors her own journey, but also offers insight into the challenges faced by young actors growing up in Hollywood. Her honesty serves as a guide for others, showing that acknowledging complex relationships does not diminish respect or affection. It deepens understanding. Melissa has also emphasized the importance of moving forward with love and compassion. She continues to celebrate Patty Duke's legacy as a talented, dynamic, and influential figure in entertainment. While their relationship had its difficulties, Melissa recognizes the mentorship and inspiration Patty provided, helping her navigate the intricacies of the acting world and life itself. "I wouldn't be the woman I am today without her guidance," Melissa said. "It wasn't always easy, but it was real, and it was transformative." Family and personal life have been central to Melissa's healing and growth. She has shared that her own experiences as a mother, wife, and mentor have allowed her to view her relationship with Patty through a more compassionate lens. Understanding the pressures, expectations, and challenges Patty faced helped Melissa reconcile the past. She also emphasizes the value of mentorship done with empathy, learning from both positive and difficult examples to create a healthier dynamic in her own relationships. And for those she mentors, Melissa's public revelations serve a broader purpose beyond personal reflection. They challenge the perception of celebrity relationships as always glamorous or straightforward. In revealing the truth, the admiration, the love, the tension, and the pain, she reminds fans that human relationships are complex, multifaceted, and often imperfect. Her story resonates because it is authentic, a rare glimpse behind the curated public image of Hollywood life. Ultimately, Melissa Gilbert's journey with Patty Duke is a testament to the power of reflection, honesty, and growth. By sharing her experiences, she demonstrates that it is possible to honor someone's influence while also acknowledging the struggles that come with close, transformative relationships. Melissa's story is one of courage, resilience, and compassion, a reminder that even complicated bonds can leave lasting lessons, and that understanding and acceptance can bring peace and closure. Through this reflection, Melissa moves forward with a sense of gratitude and purpose, carrying the lessons of her past into her present and future. She continues to act, to mentor, and to live authentically, ensuring that the truth she shares not only honors her own journey, but inspires others to embrace the complexities of their relationships, forgive, and grow.